Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die.
Here we are once again.
And welcome to your Thursday night talks. First of all, I want to first start off properly in the most holy name of Allah, always bearing witness that there's no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet you in the beautiful greeting words of peace in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. And that just means simply peace be unto you. Listen, you all are about to get something that you might have not received in a long time. I think the last time we did, Brother Mark, was when we came back from our hiatus, and we did what we call the top 5. But this is going to be like a rewind of our relationship series. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to my dear brother Tony, who will be giving us the ministry that we will be discussing in regards to our show today. Brother Tony, the floor is yours.
All praise due to Allah. Thank you, Sister Kalila. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom holy praises are forever due, the Lord of the world who came in the person of Master Father Muhammad, the Supreme Being to whom holy praises are forever due. I am forever thankful to Almighty God Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the exalted living Christ, and now Mahdi, the eternal leader of the nation of Islam. And I thank them both for the Messiah of Allah's Christ in our midst, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes,
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Buenas noches. Sakpase, Abaragani, Hotep, free the land. Welcome to your Thursday night talks. Greetings and all the beautiful greetings that our people greet one another in. But the greatest greeting that we could ever give to one another is the one of peace.
That's
when
right.
we bestow a prayer to one another, because everything that we're experiencing in the world right now is anything other than peace. So we need that special peace in our lives given to you by your brother or your sister. Welcome to Thursday Night Talks. Beloved family, we are the 7th Region Coalition to Help Save Lives, and we were assembled by our student regional minister, Student Minister Patrick Muhammad, soon after the Criterion message of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and that took place on July 4th, 2020. At that time, we were in a condition of pandemic. Well, we're still in a pandemic, a pandemic of misinformation, a pandemic of suffering. in all aspects of life. And we, as the 7th Region Coalition to Help Save Lives, as you may notice on our flyers, we have a lighthouse on our flyers. We have been designed to be a beacon of light. Yes, we're like deacons, but no, we're a beacon of light for our people in this hour of so much confusion. Mm-hmm. We want to give right guidance. We broadcast these programs through the 9 ministries given to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the midst of the 2005 Millions More movement. He introduced them to us. And so the ministry that we are focusing on here tonight is the spiritual ministry that lays the base for all of them, which is the Ministry of Spiritual Development. This ministry bears the responsibility for assisting the individual member of the community in the process of heeding truth and right guidance. Respect, honor, and obedience to the authority of the Creator in all aspects of life are essential to peace, harmony, freedom, justice, and equality. In the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, self-development is an absolutely essential component of this microcosm of the new world. It is not enough that we grow horizontally through the acquisition of farms, factories, banks, industry, trade, commerce, money, good homes. Horizontal growth alone is death. All dead things are on a horizontal level. Therefore, we must grow vertically, grow in uprightness, or we will be overcome by our horizontal growth. The foundation of this ministry are study and training units designed on the guidance of Allah God to produce self-examination, self-analysis, self-correction, and to quicken in each and every one of us the self-accusing spirit. Whereas only when we are awakened morally that we have to face the self-accusing spirit that leads to our resurrection. With that, Sister Kalila, I hand it over back to you in regards to our special program here tonight.
Listen, let's have some fun, y'all. The work is over. Listen, we done clocked out. So let's get it in. So top 5, you know how they always say about, oh, my top 5, artists, or my top 5, songs, or my top 5 people, or my top 5. We're doing the top 5 shows of this series. Are you ready? Now, keep in mind, bring it on. Keep in mind, in the comments, I want you all to list what your top 5s are. I want you to give us some ideas of what these are, how these things bring you peace, clarity, information, what you did not know, right? Until you heard this person say this, some quotes that you might have learned, some quotes that you might not have, that you're like, oh, I didn't know that was in the Quran until brother so-and-so brought it up or sister so-and-so brought it up. So we want all of the energy today. This is your show, and we want to see what your top 5 is. So with that being said, I'm going to give you my top 5.
Sister Kalila, can we add one more thing?
Absolutely.
If couples are in a courtship and they have been watching this show together and learned some things, and it has affected their courtship in a very positive way, and or engaged or married, and they've been reviewing this show together, we would love to hear from you. We would love to hear how this show and the information that the guests have provided has helped you, or if you got into a courtship after watching one of these shows, or you submitted some courtship papers after getting some confidence from one of these shows. That would be very interesting to hear. We would love, share the good news. The Holy Quran says, give good news to the believers. So give us some good news.
I would love that. You know what? That is absolutely amazing. I will listen. Let me tell you something.
That would be amazing.
You have no idea of what, well, you do, because you live in the same world that we live in, right? So to spread the good news to a bad world it goes a long way. So we need that energy. We need that transparent energy. And we want it from you all because we believe in you and we believe you going to give us that right energy. So yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And thank you so much, Sister Katrina, for sharing that because we definitely need that. And with
Kalila,
yes, sir.
I would like to emphasize for anyone that's joining us for the first time, maybe this is your first program watching the relationships series. We've had this relationship series since after Savior's Day, which was in late February.
Right.
And ever since then, we've been having broadcasts. This is towards the end of February, all the way up until now. And we have another program next week, which will conclude our relationship series. But these are all the broadcasts that we've been giving you. It's practically almost 2.5, was it 2.5 months or three and a half months?
Since March, since the 1st of March.
Okay, so
June.
1st of March, April, May. That's like we're about to be 3 months broadcasting about the importance of relationships.
Yes.
And so we're here discussing courtships and marriages, how to keep healthy marriages, how to approach courtship in the proper way, how to do things in the right way when it comes down to all of our relationships, just in general. We want to get into further into this discussion. Sister Kalila, I hand it over to you.
Yes, sir. So let's get it in. All right. Relationship rewind. You are absolutely right. Before we get look, I'm taking it back off. Listen, we're going to do this before the show and we're going to do this after the show because we need your support. We really need your support.
Absolutely. Have you been moved by anything that you've heard on this relationship series or anything that you've heard and experienced on the 7th Region Coalition platform, which is Thursday Night Talks, please make a donation here tonight. It helps us offset any monies that we have to put in for the streaming service that we use. We thank you. We thank you for whatever you're able to donate here tonight or whatever you're able to donate. It does not have to be a large amount there, family, but every
little bit helps.
Every little bit helps.
Every little step you make.
So don't think like, man, all I got is just a few dollars, and we're gonna put those few dollars to work. We thank you. And let's not forget, Mr. Kalila.
Yes.
Let's not forget to share this with those whom we love and care about. Yeah, I got you in the middle of singing a song.
I know. Every little step.
And if you enjoyed that,
be sure to go to YouTube and subscribe. Be sure to copy and paste the URL. Share it with all your friends and family. We're about saving lives, beloved family, and we do need your support.
And if you enjoyed that melody by Sister Kalila, put in a little extra on that donation.
Yes. Hey.
Sister Kalila keeps singing that Bobby Brown song. YouTube is going to flag us.
And she has the dance moves. She's ready.
We do not own the rights to the lyrics.
We do not own the rights to Bobby Brown music.
If that rip sounds familiar, we don't own the rights.
Younger people joining in on who is Bobby Brown.
All right. Let's get into it. All right. So, with that being said, top 5. I'm going to start off my top 5 because, listen, first of all, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I mean, from top to bottom. So, and I'm a lover of love. So, let's get to it.
All right.
Love lover.
Started off with my top 5. My top 5 start with building a new world, why intentional courtship matters, contracting your divine right one by Sister AT. Man, when I say she came out with an amazing hit, because keep in mind, Sister
Shout out to
AT
Sister AT.
Sister AT, listen, Sister
Yeah,
AT
she
has
ate that.
been right. Sister AT has actually been, you know, I don't want to say on like a hiatus with this with the relationship initiative, but we haven't been hearing much from her. But when she came on the show,
Don't call it a comeback.
don't call it a comeback. She's been here for years. She came
For
and was
years.
like gunning. So I doubt that she is part of my top 5. My top 4 is Built to Last. Minister Abel and
Oh my God, and his wife.
And his wife.
Sister Ayana, they did that.
And then Brother Musa and Sister Naya, listen.
Man, Brother Musa and Sister
When
Naya.
when I say,
my God,
you have, first of all, the energy, you can tell when someone has poured themselves into another couple.
Yeah.
And it's like you were actually looking at a before and after picture when you looked at these two couples, because not only these two couples, they did their courtship with this couple, but they also married. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sister Katrina, they married this couple as well.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what beautiful, seed that was planted to birth this beautiful couple and years to come. So that's why we presented this show Built to Last, because when you're putting a strong foundation in a couple, it's built to last, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my 4. My 3 is also part 2, the solo dolo with Minister Abel and Sister Ayana.
Yeah, yeah.
Sister Ayana got off the, listen, when I say Sister Ayana came off the bench.
Yes.
And the coach just say, just stay in the game. Just stay in the game. I mean, she was free throws, alley hoops, 3 points. I mean, all around the court, she was just, it was just, and it was hitting everything. I was like, but look, I had to say, Minister Abel, I mean, is she a part of the ministry? Because she was absolutely amazing, and her points were on fire. I mean, first of all, I salute the couple, because it was kind of like an ebony and ivory, it was like a yin and a yang. It was like you couldn't tell the difference, because their energy was so magnetic towards each other, and they just fed off of one another. It was just a beautiful experience to watch, and the conversation was just it was just a jewel. And I was yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
And they're still so humble as well. I mean, they share great wisdom. They say, look, we don't want y'all to think that we are the end all, the be all, blah, 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 blah. So, but it's still humble as well. So beautiful.
Right. Couple. Exactly. And my 2 is YXY, part 1 and 2 with Minister Willie. First of all, Minister Willie is, if you all do not know who Minister Willie is,
come on now.
He is the he's straight shooter. He's gonna tell you how it is, why it is, when it is, and this is a reason, right? And this is the reason why we use the term YXY, because we were actually asking him very pivotal questions in regards to why we should ask this and why we should ask that, because a lot of times we don't ask these questions. And Mr. Willie showed us, proved to us, demonstrated to us why we should ask the questions that are so important in relationships. So if you do not know Brother Willie, and if you have not yet seen Brother Willie and what he can provide to our nation to, again, make it strong, I look, I recommend you just at least seek counseling if there's things going right or if things going wrong. This brother is not going to he's not going to be sympathetic. He's going to be empathetic, but not sympathetic. He's going to give you what you need only by his grace and permission, and only through the teachings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Straight. All right. And my number.
What's your number one, girl?
And my number one.
I'm dying to see your number one.
Two drum rolls.
That drum roll. Like,
drum roll, please.
There's an extra drum roll right there. Woo! There we go.
My number one.
Minister Desmond.
Minister Desmond.
Desmond Muhammad.
Listen.
Desmond Muhammad.
Listen, if you did not get all what you needed, everything that you needed in regards to proper handling of courtship, part 1 and part 2,
go back.
Brother Minister Desmond Muhammad.
Go back and listen.
I'm gonna wait till y'all get it on screen.
Facts.
I'm gonna wait till y'all just save it in YouTube. I'm gonna just wait, because whatever y'all had questions about in regards to courtship, right, and those miscellaneous, it's all, listen, he did the miscellaneous. Nobody never really deals with the miscellaneous stuff. They always deal with the big things, but he went underneath the actual iceberg.
And beautifully using Sister Katrina's book as a base of discussion.
Right, exactly.
Say
that was an awesome aspect of the program.
He died. Listen, he dived so much into this, I had to put on my goddamn swim trunks and my bathing suit to dive, because I promise you, listen, I did. I had to put on my swimmers and my goggles and everything. I had to go in here and dive, because I was like, ooh.
Modest bathing suit. Yeah. Okay.
Listen.
The sister told me she took the book back out and reread it after watching his shows, because she was like, I read it the first time, but she said that made me want to go back and pay closer attention. I said, yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah.
Listen, when you start seeing pages all bent up in the book, that means that this here
reference.
This brother made us he made us actually be philosophers coming out of the book. I mean, really, and like I said, I can look at that, all day, every day, all day. Shout out to my brother.
Shout out.
He did his thing, he did his big one, and hopefully we'll see him soon to close us out. And that is my
wow, that was
top
very
5.
Good. Kalila.
Great job, Sister Kalila.
That was very good.
All right, who's up next?
Who's up next?
Who got next? I think
it's
you.
going to be
who's next?
Brother.
Who?
Our brother
Me.
from the same mother.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
All right, Tony. I'm ready. Come on, Sister Kalila.
All right, let's
bring
go.
All right, so now I approached the top 5 a bit different.
Okay.
I was very specific on particular topics that were discussed.
Yes, sir.
That it really moved me. So with Sister AT, she was my number 5.
All right.
Building the New World, Why Intentional Courtship Matters, Containing Your Divine Right. And so I have some notes here. So with Sister AT, one very powerful thing that Sister Kalila asked was in regards to growing in our sisters growing into their natural roles, because our sisters are suffering right now, just as the brothers are suffering when we're not in stable relationships, when we're not in stable marriages. And the sister has to really take on not just the role of a woman, but also the role of a man. And our sisters are suffering.
Yes, sir.
Especially with single single families. Our sisters have the bulk when it comes down to single families with children. And so going into a courtship properly and allowing a man to come in who's done it right and now is striving to implement the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, striving to implement Islam the way that we're taught in the Nation of Islam. It frees up the woman. Now she's able to live in accordance with her natural role, and the man is now freed up to live his life in accordance with his role. And now we could have more functional marriages this way. But we have to be in accordance with the way that we're taught. We have to submit.
Yes, sir.
So that is my 5. Number 4. With Why Ask Why.
Why Ask Why?
Will. I believe it was in part 1 of that program. Student Minister Willie discussed finances. And what was strikingly important for us as brothers to realize is, brother, if you're having some issues when it comes down to finances, and you've married a sister that has become skilled, or she has a natural skill when it comes down to balancing the home budget, brother, sit down with your wife, let her show you. Let her show you that she can balance the budget in the home. Sometimes it is the sister that is equipped to handle that much better than the brother. So when it comes down to marriages, when it comes down to healthy relationships, we as brothers, we have to let go of the ego. Likewise as the sisters, but men have, some of us have these big, humongous egos. And in marriages, egos don't function. We have to let that ego go. And we have to take the special time to find out what the sister knows. And the sister has to know what the brother knows. And if you're able to work in harmony with one another, yes, you could handle and balance out the budget in the home. And any of you could chime in as I'm highlighting these things that were highlighted in our discussion with Student Minister Willie and all the others that we talked about. So that's what got my attention from our beloved brother, Student Minister Willie.
Yeah.
In part 3, Built to Last.
Okay.
In part 2 of that program, Student Minister Abel and Sister Ayana, they hit on a very, very important point when Sister Katrina asked a question in regards to, it was a scenario where a wife did not tell her husband that they were going to move in the mother-in-law.
That was a big question.
The brother didn't get along with his mother-in-law very well, and it led to a conflict. And that scenario was brought over to Brother Abel and Sister Ayana.
Right.
Student Minister Abel emphasized how, why don't you have a good relationship with your mother-in-law? This is something that we strive for in the courtship process.
Right.
It's just, that's something that we have to do. We have to find a way to get along.
Right.
Find a way. And, my mom is in trouble. We don't call her our mother-in-law in Islam. That's mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Have her come in. Yeah, I know things are not the best, whatever, in terms of our relationship, but maybe this is an opportunity. It's not a detriment. It's an opportunity for our relationship to grow here. So
I love it.
Student Abel didn't discuss that, but that's what just came to mind. With every problem, there's an opportunity to show forth the God that lies within self, that God that you've been hiding all this time. But in seeking that special relationship with your mother-in-law, with your father-in-law, with your wife's family, with your husband's family. Man, I don't get into that. It may lead to growth within yourself.
Student Minister Tony. So remember, to that point, remember when student Minister Abel said, how could you not love the womb that birthed your spouse?
My God.
Yes.
Whoa.
I was like,
yes.
Wow.
He was like, whatever the issue is, you have to work it out. Wow. Like,
well, he put it like that.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Find a way. Whenever you're not getting along with one another, find a way to get along.
That's right.
And if you use the life-giving teachings, it might not be an overnight thing where you're just getting along like that, but that's something that you don't give up on.
That's
especially if you love your wife.
Praise be to Allah.
Built to last.
Absolutely. Built to last. Absolutely. So let's continue here. So with Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia, I'm going to mention two
Shout
things.
Out.
This is my number 2. Strong marriages equals strong communities. We had a part 1 and part 2. And one very important thing that was discussed there, we also discussed it with Student Minister Abel and Sister Ayana, is the importance of communication. If you don't have communication in a marriage, in a relationship, you don't have anything. You have no real aspect of what reality your spouse, your courtmate, or whoever you're seeking to have a relationship with in general, you don't know what they're going through.
Right.
Instead, what we start entertaining is other thoughts. We start entertaining, judging, condemning. Sister Cecilia and Brother Marcus, I wanted to highlight this. I have this in my notes here. They made reference to a book written by John and Julie Gottman, in which they discuss the 4 horsemen of relationship dysfunction. Where
I remember that
one of the spouses, if they're engaging in constant criticism, contempt, defensiveness, or both of them could be doing it to one another. The 4th one is stonewalling. They refer to this as the 4 horsemen of relationship dysfunction. They highlighted that in our discussion. A lot of couples are going through that, and we need to stop that. We need to have more of an understanding for one another. We got to really make that effort if we truly say that we love one another.
That's right.
All right. So now that was my 5, 4, 3, 2, and now my number 1.
What's this number 1?
Go ahead. There we go.
What is Brother Tony's number 1?
What is
What's
Brother
my number
Tony's number 1?
My number 1 was and is Built to Last Part 2.
Built to Last.
Testimonies about following the right guidance for marriage.
Ooh, man, that couple.
So my number 1, it was about communication. They go extensive. Student Minister Abel and Sister Ayana go extensively into that. There was another thing that they talked about in that particular program. And this is very, very important for those of us who are registered in the Nation of Islam, not seeking advice from others outside of the Nation of Islam, especially on social media.
Especially on social media.
There's a lot of relationship gurus out there that they seem like they know what they're talking about, and they're just discussing things about people that may or may not even exist or whatever, and they're always trying to give advice, and then a lot of us are just paying attention. Student Mr. Abel mentioned a brother that talked about what was the phrase that brother was how high maintenance men or whatever.
Yeah, high valued men.
Highly valued men or whatever. Where is that in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? we're trying to grow into gods together.
That's
and
right.
Here you're here like trying to, oh, I'm the prize here.
Yeah,
no, brother, you're both the prize.
That's right. That's right.
If you're fulfilling your proper roles.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
yeah.
Very, very important that we know our roles and we actually live them out. There's no other place other than the Nation of Islam that you can get teachings about what our proper roles are in the way and manner that we teach them. How to be a real man and how to be a real woman growing into gods, both male and female gods. So that's what I wanted to share. Those were my
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
Nicely done.
Good job.
All praise due to Allah.
Man. Woo. That was nice. Sister
That was
Katrina,
nice.
I don't know what we're gonna do about this.
All right,
I
brother.
know.
Sister Katrina.
It was
Come on,
difficult.
Sister Katrina.
It was difficult. I wish we could have done top
was
10
unfair.
and included all of them.
I know, right?
It was tough. It was
That
tough.
would have been
Like-
nice. That would have been nice.
Right. Oh my goodness. Like
gotta
every
cut
single
somebody.
last one was so good. But
Yep.
I started at the very beginning.
All right.
And
So
at the very beginning,
let me know
like,
when you're ready, Sister Katrina.
I'm ready right now.
Okay.
Let's see.
All
Let's see.
right.
The very beginning
Oh,
started with this.
okay.
Hey,
All right.
listen.
Hey,
Because I am so
come
in
on.
gratitude and just thankful to Allah to have allowed me to write this book,
There you go.
Yes.
the testimonies I've received, and the opportunity to be on your show for the past 3 months,
Wow.
and what it has brought out of people, the guests we've had, and how we've delved deeper into this book to connect it to the words from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
There you go.
what we've been taught. It's just, I cannot explain the words to you of just how much gratitude I have for taking this deep dive into relationship talks and into just relationships as a whole and the family. And the main thing I wanted to say about the interview we did, which kickstarted all of these other interviews,
Yes,
is
ma'am.
that there was a heavy emphasis on our conversation
Mhm.
of the whole purpose of the book, which was don't be afraid to ask the questions.
That's right.
And
That's right.
especially the hard questions. And we meticulously went through the book in several different chapters of the
Right.
book to emphasize the importance of discussing these questions with one another. And then we discussed it, but I just want to emphasize behind each chapter, there's some activities to do, because people have said to me, people can say whatever they want to say, but it's your actions, right? And we have been, there's been a lot of talk about this from Student Minister Ishmael and others, that our beliefs have to line up with our actions, our behaviors. And so that's the part of the book that's asking you to do certain things or provide the receipts or, make sure introductions happen between family members. It's the part of each chapter that requires action, not just talk, right? So that's very important. And then in the very back of the book, there's something called, and I'll hold it up, supplemental reading. Because at the end of the day, the book is trying to, and what I was trying to do as an author is inspire believers, inspire the couple to research, study together, because so much can happen when a couple decides to read together, to read Closing the Gap together, to read the Twitter books, right? Both of them, volume 1 and volume 2, and talk about these statements, nice short quotes that the minister has given on all types of subjects, and then turn to your beloved, your courtship mate, and ask them, so what do you think about that? What do you think about what the minister just said? Are you in agreement with that? this is what we have to do. We have to study together, right? So I'm encouraging people to take out those books. And I know you've read them on your own, but read them with your courtmate, right? And then go back and look at all of the videos that the minister has done on relationships and family. I quoted a lot of the videos throughout the book, but I'm asking people to go back and study those videos together, like what is your role and how to mend a broken heart, and just so many the value of the woman, the divine value of the female. In fact, the minister said in the Bible, it says the woman is the prize. And he's done an entire lecture explaining why it particularly says the woman and not both man and woman. He even did a deep dive on why when a proposal happens, the woman doesn't get on bended knee. It's the man that gets on bended knee. That there's the science of it, of him on bended knee and looking up to his wife, the second self of God, presenting a ring to her. Like all of that is very intentional and purposeful and designed by Allah to be done in that way, which is why women, we don't propose to the men. We don't pursue them. We don't turn in courtship papers for the men. It's very important that we play our role as women and they play their role as the man. Right.
Sister Katrina, can I read something out of your book really quickly? Please. It's on page 164. It says here, duty is the demonstration of a degree of love. The greater your sense of duty, the greater your love for that which have bound yourself to by duty. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Love and Duty, August the 19th, 2021.
Isn't that beautiful?
And listen, when I looked into this, because I have to ask you a question, Sister Katrina. When you were on this show, did you have to do a double dip in your book?
Oh, of course. Of course. I'm always going back and saying, did I ask a question on that? I think I did, but let me double check. And then quoting the minister. And then, of course, in my mind, sometimes I wish I could have quoted him even more because there's so many lectures that I would have added just a whole nother chapter on videos and lectures the minister has done and where you can find these videos in the Final Call, the vault of the Final Call archives of where you can find and order all of these DVDs so you and your courtmate can go back and study them together. If I had to do this book over, that's one thing I would have added is just a whole entire chapter on just that alone in terms of articles the minister has written, videos and lectures he's done. There's just a plethora of material that the minister has done that we can never exhaust studying. We will never exhaust studying these materials because especially if you get a transcript of them and you start really parsing the transcript and the words, even though you saw that lecture before, it's like your mind and the cells in your brain explode and you realize, oh my goodness, I saw this lecture before, but I either didn't understand what he was saying or I'm seeing it in a whole new way. So that's the only thing I probably would have done different with this book is
there you go. I was just about to say that, Sister Yolanda. A part two of the book. You can't add nothing to perfection.
No pressure.
You can't add nothing to this. That's just like trying to add something to the Bible and the Quran. You just can't add nothing. You have to do a part two of this book.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sister Yolanda, for saying that.
Praise to Allah. I'm telling you, she took the words right out of my mouth. I promise you I was about to say that. You can't do that. So all the things that you said that you wanted to do, just put it in book 2.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe when we go on sabbatical, I'll do that.
And book 4 and book 5. Listen.
Yes, ma'am.
As the beat goes on. As the beat goes on.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for planting that in my mind. Because You're not the first to say it. So that's how this book came about. People just kept asking me to put the questions in a book. So maybe that's how part 2 will come about, because people keep saying, when are you doing part 2? So, okay, my number 4 was Why Ask Why, part 1 and 2. Student Minister Willie.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, someone recently asked me, was I gonna go to the single social that's happening in Jacksonville? Student Minister Willie is a key feature of that single social, right? And let me tell you, most definitely I'm going. Because just Student Minister Willie and his wife, his beautiful wife, Sister Michelle, their collaboration on what they bring to that event and the different activities they did with everyone in the room made it worthwhile to go, quite honestly. And if you look him up on Amazon, he has a lot of books that he has written about this subject matter of family. He's done a lot of work, a lot of study, and I love his perspective and how he teaches and how he connects family to the teachings, and it's just beautiful. I loved everything he had to say, and specifically, he said, examine how they handle criticism. This was a quote, because of course I took notes on all of our the shows. So he said, examine how they handle criticism. What's their level of forgiveness? How do they handle conflict? This is something that Student Minister Willie said that we should ask and be observant of the courtmate and how they handle these things, because that tells you a lot about that person. And having been married and divorced, I agree. You do need to pay attention to those things. And also he asked, do they care about being right rather than what's right? So, I mean, that was like, drop the mic for me, because at the end of the day, the ego is all about being right, whereas what's right is most important. And sometimes you have to fall back, especially if your opinion or whatever it is you're trying to do is not necessarily the right thing for the relationship. Right.
That's right.
So I love that when he said that. My number 3 was Building the New World, Why Intentional Courtship Matters, Contacting Your Divine Right One, Sister AT. Sister AT. I mean, definitely the OG. Let me tell you, she is. Oh my goodness, part 1 and part 2. She is amazing. What she said, quote, you attract at the level you are on. Water attracts its own level. Everything we think as a thought goes out as an atom, then draws it back to us. The mind, she said, is a magnet. I love that, because I remember one time the minister saying, be careful with your thoughts. And I've never forgot him saying that. And more specifically, he said, be careful with your thoughts of me, about me, something to that extent. So your thoughts have power. And if you are saying things like, all men are bad, or all women are schemers, or gold diggers, or marriages don't work, if you're saying these negative things and you're putting that out there with your mind, then that could be the reason why you've not attracted the right person to yourself. So
beautiful teaching.
Before reading any of these books, we first have to check our thoughts, right? And make sure we keep our thoughts in check and have the right thoughts in order to bring the right person, attract the right person to us. So what level are you on? When she said water attracts to its own level, what level are you on? Because what is it, the rappers say, there's levels to this.
There's levels to this. If you but knew, there's levels to this.
There's levels to this. So if you are, essentially someone that is like, some people say, special events Muslim, like you only come around on Savior's Day or something like that, then I mean, you're very different. I'm not going to say good or bad, because that's for Allah to decide, but you're very different than that person that's coming out to all their classes and striving really hard to, stay close to the Ummah and read and practice their Islam and be on their deen in another kind of way, right? So you have to pay attention to things like that and what level you're on and what level you're attracting and what level your court mate might be on, right? Like that's very important.
In other words, Sister Katrina, that may not be your match.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. So I love when Sister AT really broke that down. And then number 2, Build to Last, part 2. Well, really both part 1 and part 2. I think Brother Musa and Sister Naya did a wonderful job as still a newlywed couple. They've only been married about a year. They were so beautiful. They had a lot to share, and I'm glad that we featured them because there's been a lot of new couples, and I think it's important for young people to see young couples. And so they were able to do that on this show and to find out that they were mentored by student minister Abel and his wife, that essentially they were their chaperone and also did some counseling with them. I think that was profound because it shows couples who've been married for many years, their role in helping other couples. Right? So don't just take all that treasure of information that you have now gained, all of the trials that you and your beloved have passed by the grace and mercy of Allah, and you've been married 30, 40, 50 years, and you're just sitting there with all of that learning that you've completed, all of that success that Allah has given you, and you're not sharing that with other young people and with new couples. So I really love that they shared that, because I think if we had more mentors in marriage and in family, we would have more family. I mean, in my professional career, they're all about mentors, constantly having a mentor. So why don't we have marriage mentors, family mentors?
And I think that marriages will, I think also too, Sister Katrina, I think that marriages will last longer if you have mentors, because you have that feeder, right?
Yes.
That, something that you can feed off of, that energy. Like, did you do your homework assignment? You remember the last time we discussed this? We discussed that you were doing this and you were doing that. So have you tried doing this? Have you tried doing that? Because brother, if you're not going to do it, or sister, if you're not going to do it, then that's where your problem lies.
And sometimes, absolutely, sometimes couples don't get help because they may not, one or both, either the husband or the wife may not feel comfortable going to get help from someone that they haven't really been around like that. Whereas if you have a mentor couple and you are able to go to that mentor couple with whatever your issues are, well, they've been working with you and counseling you that entire time. So you feel more comfortable talking with them as opposed to some completely new person, right? And even that person might be your student minister, but sometimes people don't feel comfortable going to their student minister about really, really intimate things. Student minister Desmond, though, did address that and talked about how you can talk about issues without divulging in a lot of details that could embarrass your spouse, right? And like that becomes the problem, because no one wants to get embarrassed.
Who wants to get embarrassed?
Student minister, right? No one wants to be embarrassed. So there's a way in which you can discuss what your issues are, but not tear each other down. So I thought that was really well stated by him. But having a mentor couple like Sister Naya and Brother Musa had, and student minister Abel and Sister Yana, was everything, and I just love that they did that show together. And one of the things that they said, this is student minister Abel and Sister Yana, they said the vows and marital duty is to Allah. I love that. And they read and referenced Surah 1, ayat 1, Surah 4, ayat 1. But you take the vows and you're saying them to each other. But the reality is those vows and the duty and the promise that you're making is actually to Allah. And I love that they made that very, very clear, because I think sometimes people get confused, you know what I mean? And it's easy to get confused at the end of the day, we have to be taught everything, right? We teach and train. We have to be taught everything about the science of mating and about marriage. And I think they did an excellent job explaining that. So with that said, that brings me to my number one.
What is her number one?
What is it? Is.
Wait for it.
Look, this is not just Chicago love. Yes, I'm in Chicago.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
I had to just give them credit where credit is due. Let me tell you, when they said, and I'm talking about for those listening and not watching, because maybe they might be busy, my number one is Student Minister Abel and Sister Ayana Muhammad. When they said marriage is a process, a walk of faith, the most sacred of all institutions established by Allah God, then they read Surah 30, Ayat 21. Oh, Allah. I was thinking about that and could not stop thinking about that even after the show ended. And I think I went to the Holy Quran and I stayed up hours, hours just reading. So I love that marriage is a process, a walk of faith, the most sacred of all institutions established by Allah God. So with that in mind, yes, we should have a Department of Family or Department of Marriage. Yes, we need to have teams, marital teams, and have all types of activities every month in terms of seminars and things of that nature, because with that emphasizing how important marriage is and its connection to family, and we understand and keep repeating that family is the cornerstone of a nation, it's the foundation of a nation, then every single location that has a house of reverence, and I'm talking to the church community too, provide these services for the believers in your church. Provide these services for the believers in whatever spiritual institution, because we need them. At the end of the day, especially in the Black community, but I studied marriages of all ethnicities, they are all suffering. They are all struggling. So obviously what is happening, it's not helping. So whatever, all these institutions, all these churches, we're just not doing enough to cater to the need of the people. And really what marriage is, it's an institution established by Allah God. So I love that. I thought they did a fantastic job. And I love them too, because, I'm in Chicago.
She said it. Chicago.
I said it.
She said
Chicago love.
Thank you so much for letting me share.
You know what?
And it was rough because Student Minister Desmond did such a good job, but I figured we're going to hear from him one more time, because out of all of the speakers, the demand for a part 3, it's coming. Like, we're about to do this part 3. So I just said, okay, let me wait, because we're going to hear from him next week. But it was so difficult. I really think we should have done a top 10, because honestly, Brother Marcus, Sister Cecilia. I mean, I was racking my brain with, oh my God.
Katrina, you know what part had me rolling with Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia? When they were both talking about how the wrong attitude and the wrong approach to marriage and the wrong way to communicate. Brother Marcus kept on coming into the screen like this.
Oh,
and are you functioning like this? Are you really talking this way to your wife? Are you talking that way to your husband?
Right.
Against my
will. That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, he was jacking you up
right there, like that.
He had visuals. No, but it was so good. They all did such a good job. This has been a fantastic series, and I share with you all whenever I get these text messages from people, just how much they love the show, and I'm constantly sending that to you all. So, I mean, it was just such a hard decision to come up with a top 5, but yeah, I did my best. I don't know. I tried.
Yes, ma'am.
Praise be to Allah.
Listen, you did an excellent job, and it was so funny because you were talking about the essence of that beautiful couple. Brother Minister Abel and Sister Ayana, you know, when they counsel and they can actually identify the problem and they share the problem and they's like, before you even do it, we can solve this problem, and people do it anyway. And it's like, man, if you would have just, you know what I mean? So I just love that, because they can pinpoint the problem and
they love helping, and they love helping too.
Right.
And that's everything.
And I can see that's why that's your number one. I really can't see that.
I want to say this about couples that give their time to help other up and coming couples or potential couples, or you know, those who are engaged in courtship.
Right.
That is their time that they're investing in you.
Right.
That's right.
Make sure that you get it right.
There you go.
So for those of us that are like, nah, man, I don't want people up in our business. Nah, man, we don't have to do all that. Come on, man. Do you want this to last or not?
Right.
Or what is your motive?
Right.
In asking a sister for courtship? What is your motive in accepting courtship from a brother if you're not willing to go through the difficulty of hearing the type of advice in many cases that we don't want to hear?
Right.
We can't just do things our own way because that's proven to be unsuccessful.
Exactly. And they talked about just the beauty of chaperones. And so when you go out and how to really benefit from those chaperones, like, I just love the way they explained all of that and how we can help couples and how couples can help themselves by taking advantage of the wealth of knowledge that the chaperone couple will have, having been through a thing or two, you know, been married for 30 years. They've been through their own trials and tribulations that they have overcome, and with the help of Allah. And I just love that they were real about that and talked about how they had no problem, you know, sharing with new couples what they did. And I mean, I think it's important that people don't present themselves as some perfect couple that's never gone through trials.
Right.
No, they said we've been through a thing or two, but guess what? Allah helped us through it, and we love to share how Allah helped us through it. I love that. They kept it real.
Keep it real like a dollar bill.
Right.
Yeah, but I interrupted Brother Martin.
If I may.
Student Minister Martin.
The thing is, when we lend ourselves to one another that way, when we help one another that way, that helps solidify the bonds between us. And we grow from being community to family. Are we likened to family in the scriptures with Noah and with Lot and with Job when he was going through his stuff? It was what was constantly referenced with his wife, his children, family. That's what we're seeking to grow into.
We are a family. Okay, Brother Mark, go ahead.
To add to what Brother Student Minister Tony said about those that don't want people up in their business. Let me add another point, because Brother Minister Tony made a great point. In addition to wanting to solve the problem, a good counselor, just like a good auditor, has a commitment to be discreet and not divulge what's said in a session.
Right.
There you go. Don't worry about your counselor going on Facebook posting what y'all discuss. You know, just like an auditor, they'll be in real big trouble if they do this.
Right, of course.
Go on Facebook and say, "Oh man, let me tell you what my pre-clear said in their session." Yeah, they be out of here. But anyway, don't worry about that. You know, because we really need help. Man, good God, we're suffering. Like Sister Katrina said, these marriages are suffering and they need help. It's critical.
Thank you. And thank you, Sister Kaira. I saw her comment.
Yes.
And Sister Yolanda, thank you all both for your comments. Absolutely. The truth. When couples struggle, others see you ignoring problems. Don't make them go away. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
And I love Sister Khayer's. It's an investment in our nation for those couples to take on the responsibility of mentoring the believers as they go through their journey. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because I'm telling you, I mean, you would think that married couples are have it all together because we're married, but you're actually on an island by yourself.
Right.
And if you do not invite nobody in your island, just imagine it's like survival. you have to bench for yourself. You have to go and fetch water. You have to go. But just imagine if you say, hey, what if I invite this couple? Or what if I invite that couple? You know, that couple has this skill. That couple has that skill. So skills that you may not or may lack thereof, then these couples have the skill to make you live and last forever. So
that's right.
Just imagine that you are on an island by yourself as a marriage, and nobody is checking on you. Nobody.
That's so sad.
Just because you see everybody say I do, fanfare. The struggle begins right after you say I do, and that's real. And a lot of people do not understand because, they're married, they're fine. No, they're not fine.
Sister Kalila, you know what came to mind right now? Were you saying that?
Yes,
sir. Make sure that you don't end up like Giglin's Island.
Right.
Yeah, you're like, like what, 20 years? And you're like, they're still stuck on the island. Right. You haven't even like visited other couples or had other couples come and visit you with all the difficulty that you're going through.
Right.
Yeah, you're like Giglin's Island, still like stumbling and like, I got the solution now, but you never really implement it. Where you're like you halfway do it and you get in trouble. No, you need the advice you absolutely need.
You
need it. Another couple may implement a solution to a very problem that you're dealing with, and neither the wife nor the husband even saw that as a possibility of a solution until they spoke with couple A that said, we went through that same problem, and you know what we did was blah blah blah, whatever. And they're like,
that's a tool.
Really? There you go.
That's a resource.
But they wouldn't have known that if they had not spoken to someone. Right?
That's right. And it's so funny, Brother Tony, you mentioned about Gilligan's Island, because everybody who comes there, like for the very first time, they be like, oh my God, so y'all been on this island all this time?
They've been here all this time, and then
they leave them.
They go through the difficulty, but
they go through that difficulty, and they end up leaving.
They overcome the difficulty, and they're still there, stuck.
So funny.
I love that analogy, Brother Tony.
Well, I'm gonna give you the credit. That was a lot through you mentioning island.
Praises be to Allah. Praises be to Allah. All right, Brother Tony, Brother Mark.
I already went.
Next.
Brother Mark, your turn.
Is it my turn? Okay.
It is your
Say
turn.
the best for last. Here we go.
Let me know when you are ready.
I am ready.
All right.
I like that, Brother Marcus. I'm gonna use that when I emphasize a point. I'm gonna get in your face. All right.
Can't
so
stand the rain.
Okay. Number 5 for me. Like I agree with Sister Katrina. This is tough, man. I mean, all of them are number 1. But anyway, if you make me pick, you force my hand. I gotta pick up number 5. So number 5, and it's nothing against my dear brother, student minister Willie Muhammad is excellent.
Yes.
And so my number 5 was on Why Ask Why, part 1 and 2.
Yep.
And the highlight of that program was when he was dealing with conversations and perceptions. You know, we're in a relationship and we're having conversations, and we really have not mastered the art of communication, because communication is not just sending messages. Send. Communication is when a message is sent and received on the other end.
Yes.
So a lot of times when we think we're communicating, I'm you know, the brother listening to his wife talk, but not really, because he's preparing what he gonna say and not really listening to her, and vice versa. And so these conversations that are miscommunications are fuel for misperceptions, or perceptions that become reality, but the perception is wrong. When we don't listen to our spouse, we're perceiving something that is not corrected, because our incorrect perception could be corrected if we just listen, and it would be correct. If I just listen to my wife, if I'm misperceiving her, just listen to her. Oh man, I'm wrong in what I perceive about her. Man. So Brother Minister Willie dealt with that very brilliantly, as he always does. No nonsense, straight to the point. You know, I love my brother, because you ask him a question, you think he's gonna go a certain way, or the way that you want him to go, but he'll come in a different direction to make you think and give you a different perspective on the issue. So shout out to my dear brother, Student Minister Willie Muhammad, lawyer, member of the winning team. He nobody knows what that means, but he and I, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I do. I do.
So clearly know what that means, so praise God. We're gonna move on to number 4. Oh my God. It's been said before. Brother Student Minister Abel, and his lovely wife, Sister Ayana. My God, my God, my God. These two are jewels in the Nation of Islam. And they brilliantly complement one another. They really should be a couple counseling, package. You just you really, I mean, you can have one or the other, but man,
they're
when you
very
put them together,
beautiful.
When you put them together, it's just like a 1-2 punch.
To add to what you just said, Brother Mark, you can't get married unless you go through them.
Woo!
I'm just being honest. Yes, I think that would just be like, hey, did you hold on before y'all get married? Did y'all talk to Minister Abel?
Or at least allow them maybe to even start a class on to other couples on how they can do what they've been doing with couples in terms of mentor them and be chaperones for couples, like to train other couples on how to do that, essentially duplicating themselves so that we have Brother Student Minister Abel and Sister Ayana in every single city, right?
Like a sale. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They've been trained on how to do these things, because it really is a skill that they have acquired by the grace and mercy of Allah. And you can see that as they were talking, that they've been working with one another, with couples for a while. And obviously they're close in their marriage as well. So yeah, I think that was beautiful. I agree with you, Sister Kalila.
And the highlight of that show for me, of those shows for me, was their counsel for couples that are quarreling, arguments. And the slam dunk for me is when, because Brother Abel, he does what he does. He's a student in the ministry. He was doing an excellent job. And then the beautiful helpmeet, Sister Ayana, it was like an alley-oop. Minister Abel threw the ball, and Sister Ayana was up in the air, and she took the ball and slammed dunk with this Quranic reference.
With the tongue out.
She gave a Quranic reference from the Holy Quran, chapter 8, verse 46. And obey Allah and his messenger, and dispute not one with another, lest you get weak-hearted and your power depart. And be steadfast. Surely Allah is with the steadfast. So Sister highlighted that beautifully. And I really love that for that particular show. Number 3, again, tough decision. My dear brother Student Minister Desmond Muhammad, on the subject of the proper handling of courtships, part 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. And again, one of the highlights for those shows for me, because this is another big problem with marriages, finance.
Yes.
Some very wise words on marital finance advice, you know, and I think Student Minister Tony highlighted a point regarding that earlier, but it is so important because, you know, this is a critical topic for courtship. You got to talk about finance. Everybody not the same in terms of how they view and what they value in terms of money and finance.
Right.
So talk about being equally yoked, not just on a religious, theological level, but you got to be equally yoked on a financial level in terms of how you view finances. You know, everybody's not the same in how they handle money. So you got to make sure you're on one accord before you get married in terms of finance. So that was my number 3. Number 2.
Wait, you gotta say it coming into the camera like this, brother.
Man, shout out to Brother Marcus, because we're gonna use this when I'm making a point. You better listen to me. I'm gonna get in your face
to the side like this, brother
Marcus. Brother Student Minister Tony, I can see those students in the ministry that counsel people. Make sure you, when you're making a point, to somebody's hard-headed, make sure you get in their face. You know, like
in your face, in the face.
Don't do that.
So you make sure you listen. But man, it's evident that they do what they do. You know, this is their area of expertise. This is what they operate in. This is what they do on a regular basis. This is what they do. And this show entitled Strong Marriages Equal Strong Communities, Let Us Unite, Brother Mark and Sister C. Again, another power couple, because it's not just the brother that is powerful, but man, the sister, his wife, Cecilia, oh my God.
That's
she is
right.
a weight in her own right as well.
That's
coming
right.
Coming up the back.
Again, when you go in to get counseling with them, it's a 1-2 punch. Because you think you're only going to get hit by Brother Marcus, you're going to get hit by Sister Cecilia with that wisdom. So the point that I highlighted from their show is dealing with the preparatory steps for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
My God, very critical to think in terms of preparation. Because some of us marry for the wrong reason. Some of us get in a rush and want to just get married because they want to do what married people are allowed to do in Islam, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. So let's just get married. You know,
let's get married. I just want to get married. Meet me at the altar.
And then after you get married, you're like, oh man, we should have did this and this before we got married.
Right. Right.
Now you're looking back and regretting, man, we should have did some preparatory things. So brother Student Minister Marcus and Sister Cecilia did make some excellent points on those in that show. So now if I could get my drum roll, please, on my number 1. Do I have my drum roll? Do I hear it?
Get the drum roll.
Okay.
Come on, brother. What is it?
All right. So Sister Clearly, if you will, put it on the screen. Slide, please. Shout out,
yes.
to brother Minister Wesley Muhammad, who said, slide, please. Okay.
Slide, please.
Okay. Just like
Sister 18.
Sister Katrina had some Chicago love and picking her number 1. I have some healthy relationship team love and picking my number 1.
Okay.
I worked with Sister AT on the team that she put together to do those. Y'all remember them way back in the day.
I remember
those single retreats that we used to do.
So excellent.
Years ago. And I had the pleasure and honor of working with Sister AT and her great team.
Yes.
So I I love my sister, and like I say, she ain't lost nothing in terms of wisdom or knowledge on the issue regarding relationships and courtship and marriages. So this show that she did with us on building a new world, why intentional courtship matters, so powerful, and she's so wise, and she's such a beautiful sister who truly wants for her brothers and sisters what she wants for herself. Sister AT has been married throughout most of the, if not all of the time that she's been working in this area. And she didn't just get married and say, okay, I got mine, y'all get yours. No, she's been helping so many with her work. So one of the big drop the mic moments for me, there were many, when Sister AT said this. She said, your mind is a magnet. You attract what you think. I was like, oh my God. No, she didn't say that. So that got me to thinking, how I think. And I hope I got the audience to thinking how they think. And all of us, you got to really monitor how you think. Because just like words matter, thoughts matter even more. So you're attracting what you put out, even in your thinking, right? Because it's going to come across in how you behave and how you act. You will draw to you. So if you're thinking negative all the time, if you're a pessimist, you ain't gonna draw nothing good into your life. Right. But you got to think positive. See, when you're thinking positive, you're smiling.
Right. There you go.
Negative, right. When you're thinking negative, you're frowning. Now, who's gonna approach you at a single social if you're frowning? Sisters.
That's right.
But if you smile and you have a beautiful smile, sisters.
There you go.
Brothers, even.
Brothers, don't
when you smile,
court made in sweats and with big frowny face.
To my teach.
You got to really.
You won't attract the sister that you want that way. I don't think so.
First impression. Everything.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my brother Al. It's like my brother Al always say: "Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Think in a way that you can attract what you want and who you want."
That's right.
So that was my number one. I thank Allah for all of those shows, and that's it. That's for me.
Ooh,
beautiful.
So I have asked the audience to share some of their top fives. One sister indicated, Sister Yolanda say, "Oh my God, I can't choose." So just imagine us.
It was hard.
It was hard.
May I say, Kalila? Look,
yes,
even
sir.
if you mention one, like if one or two, what you got most out of them.
Okay, I like that.
Drop a line or two.
Yeah.
Something that really inspired you.
While we're waiting on that, can I share something that someone texted me? I think it's important because I shared it with you all, but I think it's important to share with the audience. Someone sent me this text and said, "Assalamu alaikum. I pray all is well with you today. I really enjoyed the program last Thursday." I just got this text. So this person was talking about this past Thursday. It was awesome. The other three superstar hosts are awesome. You all bond. You all bond seems very close. I love the joy and the energy. I will be checking it out when I can. Thank you for involving me. It's been a beautiful journey. May Allah continue to bless you all. So, I mean, these are the kind of messages that we've been getting from people. And I mean, let me tell you, I'm so thankful when people respond and tell us things like that, because it matters. You know, you want to know, I mean, are people really enjoying, what we're talking about? And is it benefiting them? So I'm so excited. And there's one more I wanted to share. Wait a minute, you all can read. I need to find it.
Yeah.
And then I'll share it when I find it. Sorry about that.
And while she's finding that, y'all need to find yourself on Amazon. Get this book.
Check it out.
Yes. Wait a minute.
Listen,
yes,
I promise you, how can I put this? If you really love yourself,
come on,
if
sis.
you really truly love yourself and you want for yourself what God wants for you, these questions are, I'm telling you, you know how when, in our teachings in MGT and GCC, our teachings is to use discernment.
That's
this
right.
book is a guide to discernment. This book will allow you to discern just based off of the question that you ask. And I promise you, talking about a shoe fly effect? This is going to be a shoe fly effect. As soon as you ask the question, boom, you'll be like,
exactly.
I'll be like, I'm sorry, you need some water, brother?
Right.
Brother, you need some water?
Water.
Water. And I'm telling you, when I say and the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to do this thing alone. You don't have to the will in your head, or I think I'm gonna ask him this question. I'm thinking, listen, I think I'm gonna ask her this question. It's all in here. You see how thick this book is. This ain't no Johnny Come Lately book. With all due respect, all the other thin book.
Praise be to Allah.
This book is not.
Someone got the book and they read it. They were like, "Oh, Sister Katrina, this is a book."
This is right. This is a book. This is a, like what?
They were like, "You asked all the questions."
Kujay, my head is like a shark fin.
Right.
This is a book. This is a shark fin of a book. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, we touched on every subject.
Every
Praise
subject.
Be to Allah.
I mean, there has not been a rock turned to give you what you need as a sword.
Allah.
I'm gonna call it a sword.
Praise be to Allah.
You want to try, identifying people
exactly
and really calling them out on what they say. These questions
and just opening up, their mind. And I mean, it's one thing to look at someone and they can look so good, like so on their deen, right? But then when you open up the mind,
I got the hair rolling now.
Yeah, the book was to uncover, okay, what are your thoughts? Right. How do you really feel about this, that, and the other that the minister is taught on?
Right.
Because not all of this clapping and you bearing witness and all of it, but no, tell me your real thoughts on that. And when people have to really explain the why behind why they're registered in the Nation of Islam, the why behind why they remain, the why in terms of why they do or don't come to class, the why behind so many things, then you start to discover some things. And then at that point, you should say to self, this person, self, is this person really compatible with me?
Right.
Once you ask those things, I think you had on the screen a minute ago, Sister Yolanda said, "Fear nothing and no one but Allah." This is what we've been taught.
Right.
To do otherwise is shirk, right? I mean, we're making somebody else a god other than Allah. Right. And we're not supposed to do that. So we can't be afraid to ask these questions. But guess what? So many people I have spoken to and interviewed are afraid to ask the hard questions.
Yeah. And
they are afraid to ask certain questions.
Even with this book, Sister, Katrina, a lot of brothers are fearful of marriage because, again, these questions are not being asked. Oh, I want to protect my assets. The questions are not being asked because you'll know for quick passing in a hurry if this person is going to be for you or against you.
If you're truly not studying, it's going to show in your answers.
And it's going to show.
If you're truly not practicing, it's going to show in your answers.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
We can't be afraid to ask the question. So I love that the questions are in here and people can like you all have said on other shows, put it on Sister Katrina. Ask the question and say, I'm asking this question because it's on page so and so and so. And the sister asked it. That's okay. You can blame me. I think that's great because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you're having real conversations.
That's
right. And getting real information about this person who you're talking about is going to be your life partner. I wanted to read one thing that another person said. They said, Assalamu alaikum, not saying no names. But this person said, I literally get 3 invitations a week because they know I'm a constant supporter of this great platform, talking about StreamYard and all the shows, right? They said, but that last invitation, yours, was personal for me. Thank you. Phenomenal job, sister, and other hosts. So very proud of you all. And this is much needed platform. This is a much needed platform. So, I mean, people are really paying attention to this show, and they are really taking the information and using it in their lives. And how amazing is that through this communication we're having and just asking each other some questions to say, let's have a conversation about this and let's learn from each other. Let's get smarter together, that we're helping so many people. Allah is allowing us to help so many people just through conversation.
There you go.
That's it. You know,
Katrina,
it's such a beautiful thing. Yes, sir.
If I may, what I pray is that we all level up as a result of us tuning into programs such as this one.
Yes.
We level up as a result of our intimate conversations with one another in marriages and in courtships, in conversations as believers who are striving to do the right thing.
That's right.
Believers that do not believe in just leaving your brother or your sister where they are, but you're not leaving them where they are, knowing that part of them is down. You want to bring them up as Allah seeks to lift all of us up.
Beautiful teaching.
All of us have to level up when we attend study group on Friday.
That's right.
The most neglected class.
Come on.
In the Nation of Islam, which is a travesty.
Come on.
Because now when you're in the hot seat, when questions are being asked, you may not be answering them, but outright with your mouth, with your vocal cords, but you're answering them in your mind.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta level up. I gotta stop procrastinating. And if all of us could do this, then we have a chance to build stronger and healthier relationships.
There you go.
Stronger and healthier marriages. Stronger and healthier families. We must implement that which we have been blessed with.
Yeah. What Minister Rasul, may Allah be pleased with him, he calls our classes the prescription.
Right.
The prescription of our faith.
Right.
These classes are the prescription of our faith.
Prescription, not an option.
Not an option.
Prescription.
It's a prescription. If you do not take this, then guess what? You are dying, and you don't know how fast you're dying. And the thing is, listen, Brother Tona, I confess my faults. I ain't been I'm not gonna say it in front of everybody. People be like, "Girl, you have to say that." I'm saying it. Yeah, I need to be, go to my, Wednesday and Friday classes. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, I'm in the gym. I be in the gym. But I'm just saying, I need to be in my classes. Then I can go to the gym.
But wait, look, that dashboard page on our nation's program that tell you how many days you haven't been. I'm talking about that was brilliant by our national secretary, because that allows you to be like, wait a minute, it's been how many days since the last time I went to that class?
So, sometimes it's Katrina, we because we have the class once a week. Yeah, it's been 6 days since you've attended the class. But we only meet once a week for that class.
Right.
Exactly. You make me
That's
feel bad.
okay. It's documenting everything. But look, one of the things I love about this series we've done is it has highlighted something the minister has said so many times with regards to how much talent we have in this nation. I mean, this top 5 assignment that we gave ourselves was difficult because literally every single guest was talented, that Allah gave them that information to share with us. And so we were racking our brain to be like, this is hard. This is,
you know how many times I changed my top 5? You know how many times I changed my top 5? I think I was the last one to turn in my top 5. Because it was hard for me.
I love that. I love
my
that.
My top 5 was not a true top 5.
I
know. It was not.
It's like, because how can you leave certain people out, right?
All of them.
That is true.
All of them
did such a wonderful,
awesome
job.
Yeah.
All of them.
Right.
Every week
how
was
blessed we are,
packed.
though.
Every episode was action packed. Go back to them.
Yeah. I can bear with
It's like
one.
the kind of program that you sit down, you take notes. Like, man, that was good. Man, I never thought of that. Man, you got a good point right there. And I'm here like writing down notes. Come on now.
And sometimes when you hear another person, as we heard all of these guests express their Islam to us, of how they looked at a certain surah and how they connected with something the minister said, it's so beautiful. It's like a study group. That we've been having on Thursday that solely dealt with the topic of family and marriage. And we just stayed right there for 90 days, for 3 months of just talking about that subject, that issue every single Thursday. And each one of the speakers brought what they've been studying, what Allah has gifted them with to us. And it was absolutely beautiful. And this does not take away from classes. If anything, at the end of the show, Sister Khalila, you did such an excellent job. And I have to give you a round of applause in reminding people, look here, go to Friday study group, go to your class on Saturday, come out. If you're not in the nation and of Islam, but you want to hear more about our teachings, come out on Sunday. Listen to that lecture, or either tune in and watch the webcast from Chicago and the different speakers that are speaking. Tune in. Brothers, you know what? Go to that men's class, the men only class on Monday. Go to that. And if you want a smaller setting, because maybe Sunday is just a lot of people, go to Wednesday night study group where you can maybe talk one-on-one with one of the student ministers that's presenting that day. That's kind of a more intimate study in terms of that Wednesday night study group. It's like a Sunday, but it's smaller, it's more intimate, and maybe that's for you. And you did such a good job throughout this 3 months, 90 days, and reminding people of all that the nation has to offer, because we assume we're in our nation, we're citizens of this beautiful nation, but there are so many other people watching this program that didn't know we have a men's only class or women's only class or Friday night. They didn't know these things. So to remind them, I mean, a friendly reminder is what? It's a blessing. So you did such a good job, and it's a good thing. You did such a good job reminding people of that. So thank you. Thank you for that, Sister Khalila.
All the praise belongs to Allah.
To Allah. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
all of it. All of
it. To Allah.
Yes.
But this show to me was not a vanity, pat on the back. Ooh, look at us, Ooh, look at me. I wrote a book. Ooh, it wasn't about that. It was about helping families, helping couples, because I think Brother Student Minister Tony and Student Minister Mark said it earlier. People are suffering.
Yes.
People really are suffering in some of these relationships. And we are trying to, and what I think we've been trying to do for the past 90 days is just help people, give them some information that maybe there was this one DJ in Detroit that used to say, hold on to your rope I can't remember. Those from Detroit are going to get me, the fact that I cannot remember this DJ that used to say this on FM 98 all the time, late night. He would say, don't give up hope. Hold on to the rope. Like this very inspirational message to the next program, right? To me, that's what this show was. It was hold on, right? Don't give up on family. Don't give up on marriage, even if you're a second time arounder. And maybe that first marriage was a bad experience for you. Maybe the second one was a bad experience too. At the end of the day, work on self. Take a deeper dive into all of the lectures the minister has given, all the articles the minister has given, and then come out of that a renewed person. But don't just give up on family and marriage because you had a bad experience or you married the wrong person before. Don't just take it and throw it away. And let's not throw each other away. There have been people in bad marriages that maybe they did make a mistake. Maybe they didn't do the right thing. But just like Allah is making new men and new women every day, a person can atone, right? And they can get better and do some self-study and come out of that on the other end and be a better wife to that next person or be a better husband to that next person. We're not just doomed to live in our mistakes and dwell in that, and then that's it. That's who we are. I mean, we can be better, right? All praises due to Allah. Student Minister Jamil just gave us the great.
Student Minister Jamil.
Alaikum salam. Brother Student Minister Jamil wrote the foreword to this book, and I'm so thankful that he did. I've received so many compliments on that forward, and I told them, reach out to Student Minister Jamil, but I will let him know because he did such a good job, and I'm so thankful to him.
Like Jamil does it.
Yes, and Sister Karai Muhammad out of DC. Now she's an international woman living in various different places, but she was one of my editors. Of course, my late mother, who's returned to Allah, may Allah forever be pleased with her. She was my editor. We got a chance to work on this project together before she returned to Allah, and I'm so
I just got goosebumps, Sister Katrina.
Yes, look, work with your parents on a project. You will learn so many new things about your parents. And then I thank Brother Taiwan, who did the book cover and all of the artwork in throughout the book. I thank Brother Talib, who did the photo, the picture on the back. I highly recommend everyone gets a professional photo done of themselves by one of our wonderful gifted photographers in the nation. You can use that for any and all things moving forward when you have speaking events or things like that. So get a professional picture made of yourself. And of course, Brother Kofi, who helped me produce the book as well. So I might be on the cover in terms of, yes, the book is by me, I'm the author, but trust and believe I worked with a team of people that helped get this project done. And I'm so thankful to all of them.
Praise be to
Allah. Sister Katrina, that radio personality you mentioned, was it Charles Johnson?
It could be, where he said, hold on to your rope.
Right. I just
you have the quote. Right oh there. My goodness, you have the quote.
Everything is on Google.
Look at AI.
So everything is on Google.
Yeah, I was trying to Google it myself.
Oh.
Yes, he used to say it every night, and then hold on to your rope, don't give up, something to that extent. And I love that because that's really that's the mindset we have to take when it comes to marriage and family. I've talked to so many people who sounded like they were at the end of their rope, sounded like I'm just done. I've had 3 marriages and I can't do it no more. I'm done. And it's like, look, those are 3 car wrecks, right? The minister described divorce as a car wreck. So then look at it like that, go in the shop and start working on self to make sure you don't have a 4th car wreck. But don't just take the institution of marriage itself and just throw it in the trash and say it's just bad and it just doesn't work. That's not true. That's not, the minister said, and I want to say this part, this is so important. He said that Mother Khadijah and himself have become so close in their marriage, and you all can remind me how many years of marriage that they've actually had. I don't have that 70. Right up front in my mind. How many years?
70 years.
70
years. 70.
70.
He said that they're so close at this point that they are fused. Fused. I mean,
right.
Think about that. Think about how the beauty of that and what that actually means. So
I want to be fused.
I mean, right?
I want to be fused.
I was just like, okay, let's define fused, right? So it says it is an adjective describing two or more distinct elements that have been joined, blended, or melted together to form a single unified entity.
Powerful.
A single unified entity that after 70 years of marriage, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah Farrakhan are fused. That's how the minister described their union. How beautiful is that? I mean, there's so much. I can't wait to see someone do a deep dive study into that marriage that we can learn from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's given a lot of personal stories about their union.
Honestly, it's a case study. It's a case study.
So what if we went through all of his lectures and extrapolated all of those quotes that he has talked about Mother and himself and what he's learned or what she's learned and how their relationship grew or how they overcame a challenge? Just imagine a book like that. The only quote that I can think of like offhand that I have still never forgotten, and I think I said it on this show before, is when the minister talked about how when there's a serious subject that you want to convey to your wife, as he wanted to convey to his wife one day. He said, the first thing I did is I checked my tone, because a woman is sensitive to the tone of a man. And sometimes men can be intimidating because they have this baritone, bass in their voice. And they don't mean anything by it, but that's just how men are designed, right? And so first he said, knowing how the woman is, because the male and the female is not alike, I checked my tone first before I approached her. Secondly, what a woman wants and desires most of all is to be made secure.
That's it.
Said, so before I spoke with her, I secured her and helping her understand that the subject we were going to discuss would not break that security I was providing to her. He said, so what did I do? I took her hand and I held her hand in my hand to secure her. I was melting at this point. My eyes were watering because I was like, oh, Allah. I had never seen, never heard this before. It was blew my mind. And then he said, and we sat down and I was holding her hand and I was talking to her like this. You know how the minister will give you an exact example, right? He's such a good teacher. And he said, and I conveyed what I needed to say. And we came to an agreement, and then that was the end of it. And agreement is the basis of love. I was sitting there like, oh, Allah, that's so beautiful. Oh my God. And I mean, that description that he gave left an impression on me that I have never forgotten. That it was so beautiful. And when he talked about how arguing chips away at the love with one another, don't argue. Don't ever argue. Discuss, have deliberative dialogue, but don't argue. And be cognizant of how we talk to one another. And then he talked about the number one thing, like he said, for women with security, the number one thing for men is honor and respect. So sisters, watch the tongue. Watch what you say. Just because you may even have a thought in your head, because you might be getting frustrated with the brother because he's not understanding or whatever, doesn't give you the right to talk to him any kind of way, because the man needs honor and respect like he needs water. And the woman needs security like she needs water. Like, we have to understand that about each other. And I just have never forgotten that. So we're asking you and I'm talking to the viewers right now, we are asking you to go back in the vault, the volume of work the minister has done, and study that with your courtmate, study that with your fiance, study that with your husband or your wife, because we have to do better. And the minister, all of these questions I have in this book, the minister has really addressed all of them over the years throughout all of his lectures and writings. He's addressed it all. But we have to go back into the volume of work and study it. And if we're not aligned with him, and he said one thing, because I firmly believe when he says something, it's not a suggestion, it's an instruction.
That's right.
Those two words, suggestion and instruction, are two different words. And if you're in courtship with someone who believes what the minister has said is a quote suggestion, it's not really something I have to do, but you're thinking it's an instruction, okay, now we have a gap. Talk about closing the gap. We have a gap right there, because that's two different things, right? And you have to address that whole issue of, okay, if you see what he said as a suggestion, but I see it as an instruction, let's talk about how we view him. What's your view of him? Who do you think he is? Where do you think he gets his information from? Who does he talk to? Do you believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is alive and on the wheel, and the minister is in communication with him? I mean, we have to ask each other those questions. We can't assume that someone is going, or they say they believe like we believe, and they just, of course they believe that. No.
Do you believe that Allah came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad?
Do you believe that?
Who do you say the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is? You say who the minister is.
Exactly.
We cannot take any of that for granted.
No, we cannot. And that's what I'm hoping the viewers got from this show over the 90 days we've been doing this now, is understanding these kind of questions and even more on finance, family, just everything, diet, exercise, travel, all the things we've talked about on the show, that they have to ask all those questions. They have to have the conversation.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
Allah.
Sister
Kalila, you're on mute.
Yeah, you definitely on mute.
We see you doing.
Listen, I'm sorry. I just want listen, because y'all see my pen, right?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I just wanted to. The minister talked about, how important the woman is, right?
Yes.
And we know that the woman is the second self of God. So when we specify, he said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the woman is the field through which we produce our nation. And when you think about the importance of how we as women are important.
Yes.
And if our nation is in jeopardy, we have to look at the field that is being produced to create this nation. But we have to look at the welfare of our women. Our women need help. And this is a cry.
Husbands.
Because, right. This is a cry. And it's not just, I'm just going to be straight up. Our women are evolving by the seconds. And men have to identify that revolution, right? Because it's something that is happening, right? Again, go back to the second self of God. We are literally the second self of God.
That's right. Teach.
I don't understand why we don't understand that as believers in the Nation of Islam. So if we as the women are hurting and in excruciating pain, and we're saying how much we need you to guide us, protect us, to maintain us, to provide us, to be our strength, to be our support, to be to be, someone there to hold our hands when we're trying to build a nation, a strong nation.
Right.
Well, we can't build a strong nation if we're weak. And we're not saying weak like we're weak people, but I'm saying we're weak to the point where we're producing something that's not congruent to a everlasting nation. So my thing is, I encourage you all, court, but the root word is court. If you're single, it's nothing, it's no question that should not be off the table.
Can I add one thing? One of the things absolutely. I love that student minister Desmond said, he said he was looking for a wife, so he was intentional. Right. Every week he was submitting courtship paper. He'd ask someone, they said, no, I'm not ready for courtship. No problem. Boom, courtship papers for someone else. He was submitting courtship papers every week. So if a brother is single and he's saying, oh yeah, I want to get married. Do you though? Because if we ask you, you want to get married, okay, how many courtship papers have you submitted throughout this period of time that you've been single? And the person said, about 2, but you've been single for 5 years, but you've only submitted 2 courtship papers in 5 years. I mean, how intentional are you knowing that it's with the brother, it's with the man in terms of submitting that paperwork and actually proposing? It's not on the female. So this thing is not going to happen without the brothers. It's just not. So we need you, brothers. If you're not interested in marriage, why? What's going on?
Right.
Why aren't you? Do we need to check the testosterone level? I mean, what is going on here?
Wait a minute.
You don't want a woman in your life, but you're a natural man. Why don't you want a wife? And you going on 10 years being single. Why don't you want a wife?
Sister Katrina, this is like Friday night study group when we were about to close out, and then someone starts bringing up this hot topic right here. Like, we're not gonna be able to answer all that in like a minute.
Not in 2 minutes.
That's why they can tune in next week.
That's right.
Desmond and his part 3.
That's right. And while you're tuning in,
donate. Donation, family.
Let's go.
Make your donation. It helps us continue these programs that we all benefit from and have the opportunity to benefit from. Make your donation today to Cash App, to $ 7th Region Coalition 29. It is on Cash App. Make your donation there. If you have any other type of method, a way to make a donation, please feel free to inbox us. May Allah continue to bless you all and your families.
All right.
Praise to Allah. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir.
Assalamualaikum. Islam. Tune in next week, dear family.
See you next week.
Allah continue to bless you.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.